behind the castle's walls, the oppressive silence grows, and the rescue events. You dare to. This is a framer no-code website. When you scroll, beautiful things. This man, Maverick in the fields of armaments and aviation, among the richest men in Europe. This was Gordon's sixth recorded airplane crash. He's survived by 10 children, 9 boys, 1 nun, his daughter Lisa. I've appointed you sole heir to my estate. But you may come into sooner rather than later.
Why? It's been 6 years since I lost my son.
I have my reasons.
What do you want?
Today, tonight, and tomorrow, we want to use every time if we take the creep of already quick. But in fact, we don't. We promise. Is it supposed to be a thing? Or rather than a bunch of fun?
Okay, it's something.
No, it's for myself. There's also a hole.
Very something. It's been nice and forward.
You know, the amendments, by the way, hypothetically.
No grounds. On 3 days.
Why are you shooting my fingers? This is a robbery. On the heart, I understand that. That has to do what I say. You idiot, Tom, just falling off a cliff as your blood clot. One thing you don't tell, let's be calm. The truth. The bones have moved. That is the good performance. I recognize this as a suicidality.
That's something that's going to be saying.
Hey, get upstairs. Get upstairs, eh? It's done. Shoelace. Wait, it's not in here. Yeah, baby! That's what I'm waiting for. That's what it's all about. Whoa! Let's go! Alexander Ovechkin. Ovechkin fires, scores! He's the greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history. I can't play the clip, but we can scrub through it because this is technically not playing it. Tom Wilson, on the bottom of the video screen, ends up sending a rocket of a pass back to the left point where Ovechkin fires and he scores on Sorokin. What a moment, what a goal. It's in New York, but you can see the fans cheering their heads off. Man, oh man, are the Islanders bar witnessing history. Alexander Ovechkin then does a classical belly dive into the middle of the ice, and his Washington Capitals teammates all come out and congratulate the man who has just overtaken Wayne Gretzky with 895 goals. And he does it in the same amount of games played as Wayne scored his 894 goals. So Alex Ovechkin has literally just bested the Great One. From the Great One to the Great Eight, 895 total goals NHL all-time here. What a fantastic way to cap off the 2024-2025 campaign. If we head over to the National Hockey League and we look at overall goals, Alex Ovechkin, of course it's not updated, the game is still going on right now. 1487 games for only 895 goals here, and it got his wish too. He had scored it on a goalie. Ovechkin had an opportunity to play off against the empty net Chicago Blackhawks the other night. But he said, no, I don't want to break the goal scoring record on empty net. Even though it would have been a hat-trick goal, it still would have had a good narrative around it. Ovechkin wanted to score against a goalie. He does that against Ilya Sorokin, so that's a great piece of trivia there. I also do think that Ovechkin has never scored a goal against Sorokin. I might be wrong on that, but that, I think, is the idea that was floating around there. But ultimately, the Capitals, who cares if they lose this game? Who cares if it's 2-1 for the Islanders right now? Bo Horvat and Mark Gatcomb each scored goals in this game here. But Ovechkin, that's the one that matters here, and that's the one that everybody is going to be talking about. Long-range snipe from Ovi to beat Ilya Sorokin, and now he's the '1 goal scorer of all time. And in before people go out there and start talking about, oh, Gretzky had all these assists and everything. Yeah, we know that Wayne had all of the assists that he had, and we know that he was as good as he was. But he's no longer #1 in goals scored. And this is going to update soon. Ovi is literally the best goal scorer the NHL has ever seen, statistically speaking. And it's one of these things as well where it's like, yeah, you look at a different time and it had a different transcendental impact on the way hockey was played. But Alex Ovechkin's a freak in nature. And at 39 years old, he is still going out there and potting up a 40-plus goal season. Now he's at 42 goals in 61 games played. That's ridiculous. After the down year that he had last season where people were going out there and saying, oh, I don't know if it's possible anymore. We'll wait and see what happens when Ovechkin's next contract expires. He said, screw that. I'm going to go out there and have a 40-goal season in 60-something games played. And to think, back in this time frame of Ovechkin's career, he was going out there and saying he doesn't think he's going to be able to break the goal record. He would have had to have more 50, 40 goal seasons, and that's exactly what he's doing. Sure, the assists are kind of down there, but who cares? It's Ovechkin. He doesn't need to score any assists for us to feel validated in our fandom for him in his case. But ultimately, the Great One has been surpassed by the Great Eight. I want you to know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you at 9 and 5.
all AI voices are strictly for entertainment purposes. If you think I'm playing a video game to push political views of my own, then I really need to reevaluate my life. If viewer discretion is advised, thank you for watching, and now watch this guy. I am so damn happy we are finally back in the greatest sport of all time. Oh, we're playing some water polo? Oh, I finally get to see that. Yeah. No, we're not playing water polo. Is there even a game for that? Don't know, don't care. I just want to see out there.
I actually just checked on Steam and there is a water polo game that is coming out.
Nice. No one cares. All right, let's go. I actually was hoping to hear more about that. I'm still wearing my speedo. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for accepting my invitation to play with us. Your invitation for all of my dear local office. Never the liberal and friends and something that it is. Well, I asked you 3 times to beg everybody to come over and play. I was trying to, but my BlackBerry wasn't working. Your BlackBerry hasn't worked since 2009.
You're still using a BlackBerry?
I know, I got an upgrade to the side to it. I'll get to it. But anyway, yes, we are all going to play some golf against each other. So I'll be team captains to go to the Giants with Jimmy and Brett, Donald, George, Bill, Johnny, and Brett. No, we aren't doing anything. In fact, I hope we don't clear the calendar. It's going to be a long later than you'll be running slow. Not much you still think of getting the job done, but I can handle it. So, how do you see this? Do I get some magazines or just keep my imagination? That was fun. So we're doing a 1B, 1B, 1B. Wait, time out. Did you only have 4 players? Yeah, so I know. But that nobody is touching my character. I can just sit out and watch it. I don't all my time. Robert's sitting after the team ready to nap. Oh my God, we're not doing teams. And even if we were, no, that wouldn't make things even. Gotcha. All right, it's Robert. Get back in. It's Robert.
Wait, so how did you create additional players?
I hacked the game like he does with every other game we play. No, I just created an all user.
Wait, so I'll actually have my own character? I'll get to play?
No, you'll still be in the booth. Just put a muzzle or duct tape on. I have a gag in the car you can use there.
That's disgusting.
All right, so how are we doing this? Like all 8 of us do 3 holes? Whoa, this is getting raunchy.
Well, I have quite the patience, but today might be the day that diminishes. You did it. The project is finished. But what about your asset data? For too long, handover has been an afterthought, even operations to navigate inaccurate data and struggle to make informed decisions. Stop letting handover be a headache. Who has asset-centric approach? Gather accurate asset data as you build. When it's time to hand over, you're ready. It moves your project moving forward, empowering operations to make smarter, faster decisions. Kahua, build with the end in mind.
You got it, Fluff. No, we are not doing all 8 of us play 3 holes each, because that would take way too long. Instead, we will be doing a tournament.
Ooh, alright, so like a bracket format?
Well, not quite. All 8 of us will play on the same hole to start. Then the top 4 will move on to the second hole. Top 2 on that hole will play against each other in the final on the 3rd hole.
I didn't get that. Can you start over from like the 16-second mark as a video?
Good Lord, Robert, can you hand me my laptop behind you?
Yeah, sure. Is it in this bag?
Yes.
See if his birth certificate is in there too, Rob.
Fuck off, Donald, really.
Here, Bill, can you hand that to Barry?
Sure thing. Let me just order some food on here first. Bill, if you so much as even open that laptop. Ooh. Really hiding some freaky greasy, huh?
Speaking of which, I heard you and Joe were on Donald's laptop again.
Oh, no. That was all Bill. I wanted no part of that.
No part of what?
I can't say, Donnie. I don't want there to music advertisements on this video.
It's advertised? What the fuck were you two on right here?
This is something I made up in Excel.
No, I need an answer. Am I going to end up on Dateline? All right, I'll tell you, but you might want to have a seat. With who? You or Chris Hansen?
Johnny, can you please simmer down? I really want to play.
Anyway, here, I made this in Excel. This is the order you go. The top 4 will move on to the semifinal.
Oh, so me, Ben, Bill, and George are moving on?
Where did you come up with that?
He said the top 4.
No, Joe. See, he meant that the top 4 performers will move on to the next round. What you see is just the order of who is going.
Well, I didn't comprehend any of that.
Okay, well, Robert is right, so you can just figure it out as you go. I assume everyone else understands.
I'll take the silence as a yes.
What did he ask you?
Yeah, like I was listening. All right, are you all ready for this?
Joe is set to tee off and get us underway here in Augusta.
You're either playing certain a fire doesn't cause a building to Donald.
Leave the conspiracy theories to Rob.
What? I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, okay. And Bill did not have said.
We're all on thin ice right now. Come on, Joe. We got 7 more people waiting to go. Okay. And can I not take my time? Thanks. Maybe you missed my putt.
Joe, your lack of power is what made you miss that much.
Lack of power. I'm the team president. So that's it? I'm done? Well, no. We still have to see how everyone else fares. In other words, yes, you're done.
Yeah, I think follow that performance.
I can't believe I'm actually playing this game.
Oh, no need to slow yourself off the screen, speaking, commentating. Actually, never mind. I can't stand that either.
Yeah, you get it, but just stay on it.
All right, I'm tipping this right away.
I've used some fun.
I'm on the fairway, Donald. I'm not using a putter.
Just fly.
Use the fun.
Shut up, Donald. That's far. I'll take it. Whoa, who the hell is that supposed to be?
It's you, I have like 10 different faces.
Looks nothing like
Oh, Mike, you better fix to play this game. We finally let you play, and you still find something to bitch about.
What you want to do?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you want.
Go big daddy.
Yeah.
Is that what's the penny drop of the shot? I don't know what it is. Well then, these spectators must live on expectations.
Oh, look, there's wine. I think my guy was just like.
Yeah, if UTA 40 years.
You're going to follow the footsteps. We're actually listening to golf visit itself and each of us.
I didn't know it. Still, that doesn't even make sense. You don't make sense. So we got 3 off, never mind, we're going to go. Bring my candy. Why don't you get your fucking.
All right, if this one goes in, Brett has to marry Bill.
What?
Sorry, I'm missing it.
Did I vote for you? No, Bill. We aren't even halfway through this.
Okay, don't know what to do.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Wrong spread. Time to watch this drive. Why would you use a driver on this hole? Why would you run the advantage when you're clearly a Democrat?
I'm beginning to take back what I said about Steve being a relaxed World Series series. Because, I mean, that's Donald. Golf is supposed to be relaxing. It's been a little over 5 minutes and we've done nothing but make it political. So that's all we respect. But what is your respect for these political figures in a little bit? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you hear that, Brett? We're finally being recognized as political figures.
I guess I expected a little more dualistic, you know? Oh, like clean statement. But I'm not really into that.
Can we count that as fun? I didn't realize I'm supposed to hold this on my tee off.
All right, Barry, what you say out there? Here we go. Please, shut the hell up.
Oh, that's what's awesome. Wow, there. Assuming simply fun, you should be looking at his new conversion.
Far the absolute worst.
Hot damn.
Beat that.
Good job, Barry.
Yep, and just like that, Bill has officially been eliminated from the tournament.
What?
Oh, wow. My turn already?
Yes, what was your
So, what is the objective?
So you're going to want to hit the white ball close to the...
Oh my God, I'm sure you guys. I know how to play.
Let's get to those like, don't need an analysis now. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, wow.
Yep. Do yourself a favor and don't explain anything to me. Okay?
Oh, that's such a cute. I love it.
Your digital landscape changes fast. Yeah, transformation drives growth, efficiency, and accessibility. But with it comes challenges, complexities that lead to vulnerability.
See all the stuff.
Oh, so we're all going to do? No, we're going to do it now officially eliminate as well.
Yeah. Oh, wait, is that the root?
Come on. That's so good. What hole do we do? The front, the back, and the third one is kind of a flag on it, but it's just good on it. Nothing about the dance more. Josh is a vehicle. Yeah, I do that.
I didn't know that. That was like some kind of
Everything out of George's mouth is a joke. Make the weapons of mass destruction. Well, I'm giving you give up. We're just going to play some golf. Golf is the most relaxing, least tense game we could play together. Well, they just sit there and play that. Bill, did you say one more perverted shit? Oh, yeah. I'm the perverted one. At least I'm not married to my sister.
I am not married to my sister.
I'm still waiting for my question to be answered.
Donald, I'm sorry, what even was your question?
What golf holes are we doing for this course?
So each hole will be more difficult and have a higher par. A par 4 or 5 hole with 8 people would take a superb amount of time. So
Barry, my God, you have been like notorious for this. I just wanted to know the hole numbers, dude. I didn't need the reason behind it, just the number.
oh, that's not okay. Hole 12, with a par 3 to start. Second hole will be hole 3 with a par 4. And the third and final hole for the top 2 will be 13, which is a par 5. Oh, okay, wow, we can actually do something. Robert, you can just like forfeit the hole with only just limited. Oh, hey, can I maybe go again? Oh, that's all the talking about.
There you go. My turn. You know, right, you all fucking into this Trump masterclass performance. Ooh, you suck.
Actually, hang on, let's just say, hypothetically, for the sake of the argument that Donald was to put on a Trump mask.
I'm certainly not doing this today.
Okay, I'll cut right to the chase. But if Donald got a par or better, we would have a tie.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the sheet now. That's right.
Oh well, guess we gotta start all over. No, let's just have a tiebreaker of some sort.
Wait, who's in the hot seat?
British.
No, Gary and I have 30s.
Oh, the Trump's probably basing it off the church. Bill and Banner at risk of being eliminated. But let's just cross that bridge when it happens.
Good call. Nothing is set in stone yet. Donald still needs to sink the putt.
Better figure your shit out, asshats.
Well, great.
So what's the plan, Barry?
All right, so here's what we know for sure. Here's the scorecard for the first hole. Jim, Don, George, and Robert. Great game, but unfortunately the journey is the bunch of malarkey. Me, Brett, and Donald are secure in the semifinals. Whoa, hang on. Just because this is your game doesn't mean you should save yourself to a better. You should get a vote.
Bill, Gary, Donald, and I all had 30s. You and Ben had either part.
I see. All right, so Ben and I fight to the death. Now, we need some kind of tiebreaker. Ben, you're on my team. Go after my car and get the opening center console. We're telling you that's what Bill. Nobody wants to wrestle the fight.
Or have any kind of physical altercation with you?
Let me say otherwise.
No, I would not.
We can just play another hole. You know, Bill and I,
No, that would take too much time.
as if this hasn't.
That's why I have to do it alphabetically then. Whoever can come first, alphabetically goes through.
Both our names start with a B, you know.
So we gotta go based on the second. I think it's sitting in game two.
No, I come well after T.
Yeah, but I before you except after City Little Benjamin. And you're from City, so looks like you're out.
What? Joe, that's a completely different.
All right. Sounds to me like we got it all set.
No, we don't.
All right, so Bill, congratulations. You enjoyed Brett, Donald, and I in the semifinals.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, Ben, would you stop the fucking bigoting?
I can just tell, but that doesn't seem like a fair way to settle for shut up on it. All right, this time we want to get the semifinal portion.
What a bunch of BS.
We will now be moving on to hole number 3. Hole number 2. No, George, hole number 3.
Remember, we are playing the third hole on the course as our second hole.
That's right. But that there complicates the whole thing.
Bill, you're not first. So I'm going to swim my foot in. Actually, you're starting off with the driver. Driver, I'm going to go with you. All right, cool. Can I take anything one? Hey, Brett, is that one of those number drinking cups?
This? Yes, it is. Why?
I guess you can notice manufacturers of this tumbler drinking cup. Actually, they use lead to seal the.
All right, everyone. Get your tinfoil caps on.
No, guys, listen. The American people deserve to know what they are considering. But between the three of us, I am in voters between the ages of.
That's great. Hey, let me know what those translate to electoral voters.
I actually agree with Robert.
You do? Bill, here, Mom.
Oh, I'm talking about how we wanted to do things early, because all of you stuff is distracting. And it's going to cost us this bad. Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about that, but everyone at home just do your own research.
Yeah, this isn't your platform to browse.
No, I'm not trying to create a platform for myself, but maybe it would be a good idea if 200 Pacific people would be willing to actually debate things for each other.
Nah, you just keep stealing those votes from Joe.
Whoa, what? All right, I think it's safe to say on that one. Thanks, Steve. Oh, Brett, congratulations on your wedding, by the way.
Thank you very much, Barry.
Wedding? Son of a bitch. She actually followed through with it. Unbelievable.
Sounds like you're not as trying to. Time to give up and focus on your own life.
Cool. Yeah, right. Hang on. If I'm eliminated, I'll have to go home too. Well, I mean, eventually, yes. But you're more than happy to stick around for the finals, and after that, we're going to be. Someone say eat?
Yeah, we're having some things.
Nothing screams classy White House dinner than serving mediocre food.
Excuse me. Then I'd order Little Caesars before you eat front steaks. Come on.
Little Caesar fishing in that thing.
It's not either.
I'd rather have frozen pizza than Little Caesars.
All right, now we are exaggerating.
Actually, you don't want to try to get frozen pizza. Hey, fellas. Trader, I barely know what.
Just come on. These are only just saying that times it don't even make sense.
No, for real though. This is on the trade block of anyone.
I'm actually very interested in hearing more about that Trader Joe's pizza.
I'll trade you those stuff and you guys on it. No cash. Let's just get this deal done.
Well, I don't actually have on. I would also assume you don't have Hillary listed here. At least I hope not.
Well, I'm not here. No, I don't.
Yeah, that
You can't John. Just gotta go.
What?
Bill, come on, Bill. I left the window cracked.
Why the hell is your wife waiting in the car?
I'm kidding. She's fine. My God, you're all a bunch of bunched up ladies. So we're
He's just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Well, Barry and Donald, unless you do just as bad, I think it's safe to say Bill and I will not be making an appearance in the finals.
well, if that's the case. That's why you want to get out of here.
Yeah, I don't think my husband would be very fond of that.
Oh, why not? You can join in. This is good. Yeah. So, are you not for that fight for me?
When there's an emergency, every second counts. That's when we help first responders get to the scene faster with our green light priority technology. Installation is easy and saves responders up to 10 seconds per traffic light. Using the Blaze dashboard, manage your speed.
All right, Barry, dude, what you say? Dude, extra, read all about it. Barry's gonna get a hit. No doubt about it. Please, Ben, I don't know who I want to punch more.
Me? What did I do?
Stop, just, thank you.
But you asked me.
Just drop it, it's done.
Dude, drop what? What is done?
Bill, give me your keys. I'm getting that gag out of your car. To the car still runs the building. Don't want her to get too high.
I thought you were kidding about that.
Also, how's the party running if you have the keys?
Oh, I'm gonna be all right.
Looks like Brad and Bill are still alive. Well, even if Barry posts a better score, one of them could still go.
So you're assuming I'm not going to put on a better show?
Well, if you listen, I think could. Have a see what this is.
Okay, well, Barry just earned himself a definite spot in the finals.
Clearly finished. Yeah, Bill. I'm clearly fixing the PPA for the against us. Quiet, please, quiet. Leave the main scene.
Good amount of people are still sick.
Probably to the best. They're going to faint when they see this killer shot. Why are you smiling?
Looks like we get through. If that was intentional, that's good and settled.
Who the hell built this easy city? Put a tree right in the middle of the car.
No, Donald just expect to clear path through the whole single time.
No, I just don't expect the tree branch to hang over the entire course.
Wasn't over the entire course.
Shut up, Ben. Tell me they did another frickin'.
Hey, you're still in. I step up on the green, followed by another fight, and you got caught.
Yes, I do. Steve Donald is actually a decent golf.
I am a decent golfer.
In fact, I'm a fantastic golfer, the best there is.
Oh, yes, good. Okay. Watch this. Oh, he's having it. Watch. Keep it on.
Slow down for anticipation. I'm going to do stuff happen that anything. So,
See these shitheads in the final. Oh, also in the final? Like I said, this is great. Come on, Greg, let's get out of here. How did you? What in the world? How did you make that? This is I'm the greatest of all time. How did any of you ever listen to me? All right, guys, after a very tough performance from Donald, he will be joining me in the final.
Now, Rich would have been my Joe Donald.
Yeah, good one.
Oh, thank you, Brian. I would have turned my TV off if that was up.
Wow. Here's the scorecard of the finals, everybody. Donald, I wish you the best of luck. Hold up. Time out. That is the scoring answer. What do you mean? The same way we've been doing it. Best score. Obviously, best score. Best score for the team. Best score for that whole. Still, my previous performances still mean anything? No, if you and I got the same score, it's not coming home. You don't really want performance as a tiger. That's stupid. I'm clearly winning overall. That's how golf plays.
Yeah, but we've been eliminating people every round based on their performance for that way, not overall.
Then you're eliminated. Why are you even here?
Okay, I'm going to take you to the moment in the past, we were 100 games in the next season and won them last games to get to the Super Bowl. What was their record?
You know how to do math, Rob?
It's humorous.
All right. Well, if they went undefeated in the regular season, I would assume that they got to bye and went straight to the divisional round. Win that and the conference championship, that would be, you know. Wait, it's 19. Forgot they had an extra game.
There's you can't do that.
Shut up, it's a new thing.
Great, that's the AFC team that made the Super Bowl at 89 records touched in a way with limited. Other three schools were rather weak. So 89 records plus the two playoff wins because they aren't getting the let's be honest. They play the wild cards with equal.
An 11-9 record.
For 11 to 9, 89, 19 and 0, 11 and 9. He's a Cinderella wins the Super Bowl, which means the whole team is fired. What? They deal with the worst overall one of the Super Bowls. That's it. So they won that game. That's it.
And I think it was undefeated and lost to a sub-500 team in the regular season in 13.
They're home foot, Robert. You got no reason to complain on it if you lose the Bears.
You're right, because it's going to happen. All right, it's fucking rule.
They're doing full cross gravity. Just something that screws out of the mind, so that's why I was along with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this.
You think hole 13 is part 5, Jerry? Yeah, it's quite a distance to the hole. There's a little game of 3. Whatever by the green, so it's more difficult than it may look.
Yeah, but Donald may be able to back me up on this, that this is more like a pond 4 hole.
Yep, 100%. So you're saying that anything over a 4 for you would be better, correct? Anything over a 4 for us is better. Yeah, I'm still going to treat this as a part 5.
Well, it is a par 5.
No, according to those two students, it is.
It is a par 5, but it could be argued that it plays like a par 4.
But who was arguing that then? What are your sources? TikTok probably, which is why I would not think. But what would be the sources of podcast material? You know?
The stupid things goes up here.
At least I'm not a sister here, sir.
Are you sure about that? Because you literally said your sister is the love of your life.
Oh, I'm just going to get that in here.
I think it's good you guys think about the plays like a par 4. No. Never mind.
Even though you got a stroke, you're getting hit here, followed by another stroke, you can't be on par. So, not my book, still a par 4.
All right. Solid.
Oh, wait, if that could, never mind, not enough gas.
Didn't have the right angle. Don't bet up. Now, if I did that for you, no, I would. 20 something. All right, even par. Really, when you got 30.
I mean, hypothetically, it was a par 4.
Hypothetically, you're going to say you can fall back. Well, why don't you install him as the kind of guy that is try to the build the team?
Because he literally is.
And it's never worked out to me. And that's because these courses are unrealistic and nothing like the real thing.
Why? Because all every supervisor in the game is going to think about the real life sports.
I haven't actually.
It's funny because it's true. I take shortcuts on these courses all the time, no problem. But in this case, you got 3 positions that are not where they are. On the real deal. Yeah, but see, that tree branch isn't there on the real life course. Ah, right. So is that your excuse for when you lose? No, it isn't. You know why?
Because I just end up in this creek like you ninny.
Is that a reference to the show?
You guys are all idiots. That's clearly a bit. Oh, that's true.
As long as Donald misses one putt, he should be golden, Barry. Because once he misses one, he gets too angry and misses them all.
Smith,
Yes?
let's just say hypothetically, for sake of your argument, that I was to miss this putt, what would happen if just kidding, fuck you all, I win.
Wow, Donald, this may have been your best performance yet.
Last three, that may have been the best performance out of all. Oh well, good game, Donald. Really? Yes, enjoy your wins. I'm gonna beat your ass. Come on back this time, you son of a bitch. Still out. All right, guys, I'd love to stay and sign autographs and take pictures with everyone. I know everyone would love to meet the Masters champ, but I believe dinner has been served.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Who would like to sign us off? Oh, I'll speak for this. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, comment, whatever helps that algorithm. I don't know, is that it? I believe so, yeah. Oh, Bill, can you...
So I want to talk about the playoff picture as it looks now that the weekend's done, and I'm wearing a Bar Down Beauty hoodie that I wore this morning for an I did with the Bar Down Beauty. So we go online on their channel phone, so I figured $3 for them. They have no idea that I'm going to do this not have to be to do bigger here. The New Jersey Devils look pretty well positioned to make playoffs, right? 89 points in 778. Teams that are on board count on plays. I didn't include Edmonton because Calgary has catch Edmonton in that highly unlikely. You know, I mean, this is some highly unlikely at board. I can't catch you more than that. So for New Jersey, they had 36 regulation wins compared to everybody else. That's the tiebreaker that you want to think about from last year, so it's not great, right? So for the New Jersey Devils, there's home tomorrow against Boston, a highly winnable game at this point in time, and that would have put the 91-point range. And that would reach everybody really all that it takes. Then they're at home against Pittsburgh on Friday. Winnable, yes. Pittsburgh's going a little bit fun lately. Then they're at home against the Islanders on Sunday. So 3 games at home. Then they go on Tuesday to Boston on 50. And then they finish the season at home the next night against the Springs. So it's not a daunting schedule for New Jersey the rest of the night. And in terms of teams above the playoff line, no, they don't have any in the remaining 5 games. So New Jersey is pretty well positioned to not just make the playoffs, but possibly end up staying in third place. I don't think they have to worry about the Rangers, who is right on 10 points behind them. And that's why they're ranked ahead of Ottawa on this, because they're the number 6 team in the Atlantic. So that would fall out, and there's number 6 team in the Metro. So that would fall out, and that's the Metro team the captain, so it has to be the Rangers or the Islanders. And that seems highly unlikely at this point in time. Ottawa, they very nearly went that this is the year, 77 wins, 90 points, they have 33 regulation wins. And tomorrow they're in Columbus, and they showed yesterday what they could do against Columbus. So, yeah, Ottawa's going to be a playoff team. I don't think they're going to be anything else either. Then they're at home on Friday against Montreal. Yeah, that's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then on Sunday, they're at home against Philadelphia. They follow that up by playing at home on Tuesday against Chicago. And then on Thursday, they're at home against Carolina. So for Ottawa, they have one more game on the road. And then that's it. They don't hit the road again until the playoffs. And this is not a schedule that's really that difficult. So for teams below the playoff line, and there's going to be all this selling you want to hope, if you're cheering for a team below the playoff line, these are not difficult schedules. First for New Jersey here to clinch, and then for Ottawa to clinch either. Then we get to Montreal. Now, Montreal is a key game tomorrow home against straight. If they win that game in regulation, they would expand the lead to 8 points over the straight and essentially sort of out of contention altogether. If Detroit wins that one in regulation, then it's a 4-point game. That's a big game. And then on Friday, as previously mentioned, they're in Ottawa against the Sens, and the next night they're in Toronto against the Leafs. Isn't it fun that we can get Montreal Toronto in the playoffs? At some point in time, we could see them broadcast in the playoffs. That could be fun. Depending on how the season will go, right? Then on Monday, they're at home against Chicago. So Chicago will play a role in both Ottawa and Montreal sports going forward. And then they finish their season as well against Carolina on Wednesday the 15th. So Carolina will have a say in this too. For Montreal, they are 5 points back of Ottawa, so the odds of moving up. Because right now, Toronto's number one in the Atlantic. Right now, we can get Toronto and Ottawa. One team that's not on the board, because they're 2 points ahead of Ottawa, is Florida. And I've seen some posts from some saying, well, they're intentionally losing because they don't want to play Tampa in the first round. Yeah, that's it. Guys right now are tanking because they want to decide to play in the first round, and they want to play Toronto. Sure, that's it. That's it. It's not because it's without Markov, without Struck, without X-Flash. It's because they don't want to win right now. Even though they're outplaying teams that are beating them. Ottawa's an example where I have nothing else playing on the most of that team, but Forsberg was the wall. Now, the top team below the playoff line, too, is the Rangers. 768, 79 points, 32 regulation wins. They have that tiebreak from Montreal, and they have a game in Canada, Montreal. They do not have a game against Montreal. They have no control. They can't hold themselves close to Montreal with regulation win. Tonight, they're at home against Tampa, and Tampa playing pretty well. Then they're at home on Wednesday against Philadelphia. That's a winnable game, but Philadelphia, they work for it. Then the next night, they're in. If they're on Long Island against the New York Islanders, following with I'm just going to make that one spelling mistake. All of everybody's got 8 spelling mistakes. Carolina, they're at Carolina on Saturday. So Carolina shows up in Florida 3 times. Then they're in Florida on Monday the 14th. Florida has been definitely having their struggles. And then on Thursday, the Rangers are home against Tampa. So Tampa could be the team that puts them out of contention. Like tonight, for instance, that game against Tampa, and like to win that. That's their game in hand of Montreal, and they're 6 points back from top 8 spots. It doesn't happen. So we'll talk about Detroit. Good point on. So Detroit, as previously mentioned, they're in Montreal tomorrow. They have to win them. They have 79 points. They have 76 games played, but they have lost their games. Rangers. They have to finish ahead of Rangers. They also have to finish ahead of Montreal and they don't make the playoffs. Then after that, Detroit's in Florida on Thursday, so Florida will have some say in who finishes where. And then they're in Tampa on Friday. And we've seen a lot of teams go through this Florida back-to-back. It doesn't normally go well for the team that's doing the back-to-back in Florida. Then they're at home against Dallas on Monday the 14th. So a week from today, and then they're in New Jersey on Wednesday the 16th, and at Toronto on Thursday the 17th to round out their season. But really, the key thing is Detroit wants to keep things interesting. They have to win in regulation against Montreal, and the Rangers would have to win in regulation against Tampa Bay tonight. And then that really tightens things up a little bit in the West. It leaves a little bit of uncertainty, even though I'm pretty sure the teams above the line still stay there. The Islanders. 76 games as well, so they have a game in hand on Montreal. 78 points, so they're 7 points back, and they have 27 regulation wins. So they do not have the tiebreaker in regulation wins. They don't have more points than Detroit or the Rangers. Their upcoming schedule, they're at Nashville tomorrow, so must win, absolutely. Then they're home against the Rangers on Thursday. They go to Philadelphia on Saturday, so Philadelphia shows up in the first big side. And then they're in New Jersey on Sunday. I would think by Sunday, they're probably mathematically limited. That is why it's not the big like this before. Then they're home against Washington on the 15th, and then they go to Columbus on the 17th. And Columbus is disappointing. I considered putting them on the board, but the last couple of games against Ottawa and Toronto, it's tough. They're not playing mathematically eliminated. No, but eliminated, yeah. Limiting all less. Things are pretty decided in the last area. So if they go 17 games, 93 points, they're in Winnipeg tonight. That could be fun. 12-game winning streak in a Winnipeg team that's they've had some issues lately, but I mean, they should be able to get up to this game against St. Louis. Wednesday. Edmonton is not mathematically close, but for similar reasons as New Jersey to the Rangers, there's an issue with Edmonton being third and Calgary and Vancouver being pretty far back on Edmonton, so I didn't include it on the board. Then St. Louis goes to Seattle on Saturday, and then they come home and finish their season on the 15th against the Tuesday. Somebody kind of would be ahead of because he was assets in the return. You kind of capture asset data as you do. If it's time to hand over, you're ready. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it on. I think I know it. I think I know it.
Your trip is to technology.
Playoffs start on Saturday, so it's a minimum. St. Louis will get 3 days rest before the playoffs. I said on the podcast this morning, I'll say it again. I don't know if I won't say it was in that first round. Minnesota 78 games, 91 points. They are in Denver at home against San Jose on Wednesday. Then they go on the road for 2. They go to Calgary on Friday, Vancouver on Saturday. And I've included, now this photo is technically Vancouver property. It's more widely recognized as the Abbotsford logo at this point. And so this Abbotsford's on a 13-game year. I figured put this one on the board and maybe the Grand Channel so with that Abbotsford energy. Then Minnesota comes home on Tuesday the 15th. They play against Anaheim. Anaheim, of course, out of it at this point, but Anaheim gets the good game. So on the 4 games, I would say Minnesota should be able to win 3. And if they win 3, that's it. That's it. Minnesota has direct control of the playoff spot by leading Calgary and Vancouver. They go along with it. So it is a picture for the Calgary players. So let's take a look at it. They played 76 games and then each 5 points. So that's 2 games in hand on Minnesota and 6 points back. And they have that direct matchup with Minnesota. Now tonight, they're at San Jose. Absolutely have to. And then on Wednesday, they're at Anaheim. Have to win that. Are those winnable? Yes. But as I said, you have to bring your A game against Anaheim at this point. You're kind of having fun out there. Then they're on Friday at home against Minnesota. So they have to win both here. They have to both win. Maybe Minnesota has a rough game against San Jose, and they can get themselves into a much better position in the event that, say, Minnesota, San Jose, Calgary. And that's where it gets tricky because you're hoping for another team to get a win when you're that far back. Then on Sunday, Calgary goes home against San Jose. That's 2 games against San Jose. Then on Tuesday, the 15th, they're at home against Vegas. So that's a game against them. If they can pull themselves back in, they have to win that head-to-head matchup with Minnesota. And then on Thursday, they have the season in LA against the game. Not ideal to finish the season at LA. The good news in LA is going to set the record for wins in the at home in the season for the team and its franchise record. And by then, maybe LA stops playing for as much as Calgary. The next 2 games tonight in Dallas tomorrow. I do enjoy watching Vancouver Dallas. And then on Thursday, Vancouver's in Colorado. Vancouver plays Colorado tough this year, but that shouldn't be a small ask for Vancouver. Then they come home and play against Minnesota on Saturday, as I previously mentioned, before they play Monday, the 14th, at home against San Jose, and then they finish the season Wednesday the 16th at home against Vegas, the season yesterday. So Vancouver's playoff chances have really submarine at this point, and you can kind of see it in players' body language. And I get it. Like, I've seen complaints that, oh, you play it until you're eliminated. I can't even explain it. I kind of get it. There's a couple of key guys on the lineup, and it's just been trending in the wrong direction. It's been a long season. This season for Vancouver has taken 3 calendar years to move the field like it. All the drama and everything else around the team. They really, at this point, it feels like they're just ready for the offseason. Just some kind of reset. We'll see what the team looks like next year. But I don't think that there's a team that's below the playoff line right now that necessarily answers the button. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are we all set? Which teams will playoff line if they went on a run against the drop off the line? Would you think teams that's no playoff line? I would say Rangers if they were somehow able to over the next 6 That's what's wrong. And I know it's highly unlikely. I don't know how much space the Rangers give in the first round and talk about the exact right time.
Current voltage total harmonic distortion is now measured in 8 hours.
So these are all AI voices, strictly for entertainment purposes. If you think I'm playing a video game that puts political views of my own, then I really need to reevaluate my life. The viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for watching. I'm a skeptic. Think of movie people don't people love.
Guess who's back?
So it's Brett Shapiro.
I'm not related to Ben Joe.
Sure. What else did it say?
So it's Joe.
Relax. I'm not going to put a lot of fill in here. Yeah, it's already resolved with this.
That's specific and all, but I really have not learned more about that.
Are you sure? I guess that doesn't fit your political agenda. You know, bashing your own party. That's because she bashes you and your fellow donkeys. At least I don't look like one. That's what she's saying. Everyone, good to see you. Find it. Donald, this is yours. This isn't what I asked for. Here's 3 fucking big matches. I wanted 5, Gary.
Good God. 5?
There's 3 in my bag. Oh, now hold on. Think I'm just going to give these to you? Think I'm not going to whoop you upside your head with my belt again? I'm not scared of you, fucking Dorito. I'm going to make you learn to smell the game. All right, we can be on a team together. No, you just fucking would.
Oh, so I can hear anything?
I want you to correct. Act like a fucking adult, and I will let you clean my business. But until you learn to act like a gentleman, you will deal with Bill. Hear that? You fucking slob. Fuck you. All right, what can I need to say? Would have been more appropriate if Ben was here and him and Brad were a team and picked the twins, you know, because they look alike. Anyway, Joe and I will be the Mariners. I don't want to be the Mariners. That's the bad deal. Suck it up. Oh, the stadium's a surprise. Okay, don't worry, no hold the ball.
I'll play first base.
I'll play first too. No, I have played first. Look at this, guys. Oh, look, it's the White House. What the fuck is this?
Looks like a baseball field to me.
This is what you spend our fucking tax dollars on, Joe? A damn baseball stadium in front of the camera? Oh, we'll relax. It's a baseball stadium.
It doesn't even look like a Capitol building.
That's because it's the White House.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah, good way to start, Donald. That program, take 2. Yeah, try it. Oh, you got her.
What the fuck, Barry?
My bad, I thought you were making that. Nice voice crack, you freaky message loser. Don't fix me here.
I wasn't going to, even if you told me to. Damn it.
Oh, shit. Lift your butt. One swing and landing on the IL. You know, Donald, you're very...
See ya.
Thanks, man. For what? It's vaccine, but it allows me to pull people off the trip. Oh, this is really fucking short. You're making fun of my voice touch, but your voice got so high, I thought you were going to do this. Then you sounded like you were on the trot. You all right, Donald? Always in a little bit tonight. Poor baby.
Hey, I think this one wasn't really too lovely.
I sure as hell can, thanks to Barry. Oh, shut up. Why did you think of mine as a student? I thought it included the Capitol building in the background. But then he went off thinking it was written. Well, I would be surprised if it was. Look at how Joe spends taxpayer money. I haven't even spent it on anything.
Nothing important anyway.
Exactly. You could give Oakland A's fans a new stadium. Just because that was the buck going in the building. But it only shows. Sure, it took out the money either. You about to hear that?
The crack of the bat.
Hold on. Doesn't that just get you so... The hell is that? I don't know if it's something that is just totally strange, something very possible I did go. You lost me a freaking last out the third and a fucking wet big bag. Take this the lid off and I'll do it. Imagine getting excited over a single...
Question for you guys.
If it's a hypothetical thing,
Haha, don't worry, it's not. But what sound is better in baseball? The crack of the bat or the pop of the glove?
crack of the bat easy.
People only care about homers. Six big along goals. You could have got to unit two.
No shot. I think it depends on where you're sitting to determine which sound is better.
Oh boy, down before you get the big ball.
Okay. Thinking inside the park with two breathing breaths?
Sure. I'll let you judge that for yourself. I don't want any part of that decision.
It was a bad decision and a greasy one.
Thanks. I appreciate the confirmation.
Way to start things out strong in the home half of the second, Joe.
Oh, shut up, man.
You know, I think my RBI double earns in the big match, which were ordered for me.
Oh, just take the home.
They're cold.
Can you not, Donald?
Your two is incredibly loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just not eat so I can feed everyone.
Oh, come on. So, I'll be honest, I didn't even lose. The computer did by itself.
Oh no. The computer has a mind of its own.
I better alert the Coast Guard.
Out of all branches of the military, the Coast Guard is the right branch for this situation.
You're right, Brad. Better get on the phone with NASA.
Give me the Space Force.
Yes, but I have to call NASA first. Shortly after I took office, they became the first line of communication with Space Force. Some stupid reason.
I can't think of a plausible reason that the president couldn't have direct communications with the military.
Something about absurd phone calls made by them.
What's this all about?
Their satellites or whatever they got going on up there were glitched. I asked why Google Street View didn't give me a live feed of the playground up the street.
Oh, what the hell?
You know, what the actual fuck happened to it, child, so relax, it's obviously security. And if it's for Pittsburgh, what? Fucking people like you?
Yeah, Joe, fucking fool.
Fine. From Donald.
Yeah, what happens to chicks take the long ball? They also take the small ball.
Whatever you need to tell yourself to boost yourself confidence, I suppose.
I hit one more fucking fly ball through this.
What are you going to do?
Your mom.
That's going to be extra basic.
You know, Barry, you and Joe never answered my question.
Is that a sound you take off?
Yes.
I already said it depends on where you're sitting, though.
The fuck does that matter? Pick the sound you like better. Stop what you're thinking.
Well, after that thing, I'll go with the crack of the bat.
Couldn't even tell you what the snap of the lid sounds like because every time Joe throws it, it gets fucking destroyed. I'm fine, alright?
This is the framework of those websites. When you scroll these, the things happen. When you hover, the things should right the right foot. Great typography, it's better.
Fucking come on, Joe.
How about you, Joe?
How about me what?
What sounded better in baseball?
What are my options? Back to the bat. Because that's all you fucking heard. Stop throwing meatballs!
Maybe you can fix the snap of the glove.
No, hold on. Oh, almost. You're a runner, man. You know that?
So what's your answer?
You go at home and see what it sounds like. Joe just throw it to first. And that snap was weak, so maybe crack of the bat.
Fucking warning shot, Colin.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the whistle from the referee. One for my noise.
There's no practice baseball. Or whistles.
Oh, okay. I don't know this. I'll phone the person.
You all stop. Snap and hit is considered the better sound.
What can I do? That sounds pretty nice.
It's like in the military,
That was curious. I thought that.
but you never just do it by the
That's wrong. That's standard.
So, there you go, can't think of it. You're all right? Oh, yeah. We sure because you did better than the book. There we go, the back of it. Tell you, do that like 8 more times and we will have a fall.
Well,
How would you still be this? Try to wing your ass.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, time to take 3.
Well, maybe Barry could throw it on target.
Look out there, dummy.
Hasta la vida la loca, baby.
What?
Thinking that? Hasta la vista, baby.
Regardless, nice pitch, Barry.
Relax, Fred. We're still up by 4.
Why couldn't you hit like this in the second? Same reason you could only muster 1 run in both your innings, I suppose.
At least I didn't give up a feeling in running.
Actually, I only gave up homers. 1, 2, 5, no more than 8. That's not going to do much. Doesn't have to. Already did more than you've done all game. More than what? Well, because you sure as shit beat everybody there. Shit, that's up. Hard to mount, Joe. Throw your fucking bat at him.
Is that most of the game?
No, this isn't how we smoked up.
Add another one to my coach. Maybe you don't screw this up.
Definitely should have had what he did. Oh, okay.
Nope, my bad. There he goes, cheating once again.
Why do you always accuse him of cheating? I heard you distracted Ben during your little shootout tournament. So it doesn't sound like you're very innocent either.
Or did little Benjamin pitch you about the experts just
I wouldn't consider fart noises good talk.
I would.
I see you did there.
Could really use some insurance here.
Well, make sure to shop around and get some quotes. I would recommend Progressive, though, only because their commercials are pretty as fuck.
Joe, she's talking about more money, not fucking car insurance. Hold on, those Dr. Rich are making it hilarious. What the hell are you talking about? I thought Dr. Rich is Geico.
What?
No, Dr. Hunter Gecko.
I thought Aflac had the Geico. They have the dust. Oh, Aflac is being insurance.
Yes, they are just not car insurance if they do life insurance.
Huh? Never knew what the hell they did.
You're getting the weakest tire and having to get with the ticket part of the lineup.
Don, I literally left you on the
You know, you need insurance. So hard as you order, you have saved us. But don't take the hit with it. You reach off and hold it with no one to pay. Gotta remind the fifth guy to get some good.
Maybe if you were just better with the 3 to 4 guys.
Maybe if you would just go on a date with me.
But
Huh?
Daylon is also incredibly fast. Speed is the voice that leads us off.
That must be like how Florida's reach off for the coach. How can you know it's inflated speed?
Yeah, the global gets on bases in the fast.
It's on base. He can't even hit the weight of a fucking high school freshman.
Well, where would you have to fast?
Or with a fucking power hitter should be to max out the potential of your 1, 2, and 3 guys getting on.
Don't, you didn't see that. I think it has to do with skill.
after this.
Well, maybe it has to do with it being a fastball player, maybe? I'm not Rob Thompson.
He's Rob Thompson,
The manager of the Phillies.
I thought Charlie Mando was the manager.
No, he got fired in 2013.
Because Luther Morrow fucking imploded that thing.
Damn, but remember how incredible he was?
Saving the plane. What a play, huh, Donald? We need fun. We were down by 3 now, too, thanks to me.
So when you're down that much, in the final inning, you still can get that reference on the bases.
It's really this option is not that fucking extraordinary. Nice double play, Joe. Fucking down, but
So suck it.
Do you guys ever have anything nice to say to each other? The environment here is rather hostile.
Especially when Joe loses us the fucking game. Way to go, head. I produced more offense than you did votes in 2020. I've had more votes than you. Get up right, this is victim with so-called volunteers burned on my ballot.
Well, we just got work to do. Those volunteers did us a favor.
Of what? Sports building nothing to do with death? I love when it snows on my desk.
More like there's something that can snow on your desk.
I think we were really lifting a bunch of this game. With that being said, did a phenomenal job today. Great game, everyone.
No, I want to be by myself this week.
Great seeing everyone, and thanks again for having me. Hope you two can get along someday.
Hope to get along. What does that even mean? Too much hope. You know, you'll tire yourself out.
Well, everyone, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And be sure to check out our card channel for Mr. Facts.
Fuck.
What?
What the hell's wrong?
If you just sold that in New Jersey, how am I going to Jersey? Yeah, I mean, they're really nice and they're all I'm going to stop. Stop.
But I'm not, to be clear, for entertainment purposes. If you think I'm playing a video game to push political views of my own, then I really need to reevaluate my life. A viewer discretion is advised. Thanks for watching, and be back with cricket. Hey, if it isn't a felon himself, how was the cream?
It was an absolutely terrible experience.
I saw your mugshot. Looks like you've been practicing in the mirror for that work of art.
Had no idea what a mugshot was until that day. Never learned about that until Wharton School of Finance. Really thought about interfering with the lesson. Very uneducated. I didn't interfere with anything. I tried to correct what Joe interfered with. He let it corrupt the lesson. Joe gave him off a straight line. I highly doubt he was capable of feeling a sight. I can walk a straight line, thank you very much. I will just have a couple turns and zigzags. And you go, it's a fluffy wear. Oh, we are now selling Busy Bot merch. Link is down in the description. We have hoodies, shirts, and so now we're selling. Perfect.
His name is still not spelled correctly, Joe.
Then I tried telling him while I designed this business system. Wait a minute, how are you even out? You should be in jail. Start, come get him.
He was released on bail.
How much was that?
$200,000.
Which is like $2. But it was a very sad day for our country. Yeah, because you got out of bail. You want to throw hands, Joe? I'll fucking kick your ass. Would love to see the new moves the thugs in prison taught you. All right, Barry, we'll be back. You and I are going to step outside and chat. No, you're not. Joe, leave him alone. He's been through enough the last few days. Last thing he needs is more stress and frustration. Oh, no, I want more heat. Give me all the fucking heat. Now, just make this short. Donald, you can deal with that. Joe, you and I will be the same. I just like to do it. Congress, the great recession. Great times. 8 years, bitch. Without peaches.
Impeachments?
And you know how much shit I did to fix that recession? Meanwhile, how many jobs were lost in 2020 under your power? Because of a manufactured virus?
We don't have time for conspiracy theories.
Agreed, we're getting off topic here. Then want to pick a team we haven't done yet?
You know what I think would be a lot of fun?
If you just pick the fucking team? Yeah, come on, man. No one has time for your bullshit.
Fine, let's be the Reds. I want to use Ellie.
Oh, from that show, the last one. We don't get the Cubs. We're in the rivalry. I don't think we've used either of these teams yet, so look at them. I think I will pick the stadium this time. No, I will be picking the stadium. Ben picked the dump last time, and Barry picked the fucking minor league teams that Joe built in front of the Capitol building. No wonder why we were in debt. It's all that field assist. There's no field in front of the Capitol. How would you know? He just picked down in D.C. I was screwed out of D.C. because of you. All right, then, Donald. Pick your amazing field there.
Probably going to pick some boring field no one wants to play on, right, guys?
And then complain about it even though he picked it. Oh, I got fucked up. Now I'm digging the Coliseum. No, fuck all. The Coliseum in Italy?
Can't believe you picked literally the worst place on earth.
All right, that is a bit of a exaggeration. Yeah, I'm not a very violent guy, but I really want to beat the shit out of you right now. I'm a violent guy in my ass. Put him up, bitch. Guys, what are we even doing? This is a bunch of malarkey. We got a game to play, and we all have to work together so we can win. No, we're not all playing on one team like we did in the past. We are doing 2 different things. Oh, well, fuck all of you. Oh, this guy's no chance. I'm playing first, Ben.
Actually, would it be okay if
Would it be okay if you sit in front of Oh, just what the hell was that, Bill? Expecting a 200-mile-an-hour pitch? It's been a bit, all right? Sleepy Joe called the pitch. So you'll swing and pitch to the left, but not moving right down the plate? I did swing. I hit that. It didn't register because you threw it so fast.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, let's see. Nice hit, Joe. Oh, Joe. Favorite, Donald, stop throwing so fast. Poor baby, can't catch up to the heat, Joe.
Oh, blew it right by him.
He's fucking attacking. Oh, relax, Joe. Just take the mound and brush it off. I'll brush you off. Pardon? For fuck's sake. Today, Joe? Oh, man.
That's 2, Donald.
Maybe 3.
Yo, sure as hell won't, Donald. In fact, it may not even be 2.
Something was off target. Why did you David?
I'm the killer, Donald.
I got it. Yeah, I don't think so. You can, Dorito. You only hit this 334. Glad I saw my always hard team did it.
You got Ellie card. Which one?
Oh, shit. Yeah, keep talking about cardboard shitheads. Anyway, I had his first Bowman logo and his first Bowman staff on it.
And how much did you sell them for, if you don't mind me asking?
How much did I sell them for, or how much did I actually make? You know, eBay fees, picture like losing an election. One up the shitbirds. Yeah, no, can you focus on the game, please?
What was the number after fees?
The Sapphire, I made 180, Mojo, 87. I also sold two of his big first for 29.
Each?
No, total. So you made like $300. Jump change.
And so you made out though, Joe.
With who? The car. I didn't make out with my car.
Well, what were you hoping for?
I'm off to the business. But you guys may be fine talking about bullshit you guys are playing with. But I'm not. But can you please discuss that on? We literally always talk. But not going to let you change that because you're salty over grounding out into the shit. Learn to use the whole field. It's all right. Yeah, up here, Val. How's that for using the whole field? A slow roller that means even slower than field is closed by Ben.
Hey.
Good Lord, how am I supposed to even see that? Barry, those two are hacking. Throw them out of the game. Dude, we're hacking Lex, but hacking a video game is crossing the line here.
Donald, you really need to get the fuck over it.
All right, then, let's see what you guys have played today.
Crap.
Looks like it'll be all up to me, once again. Just let me know when you're ready to contribute.
Donald, it's literally my second at bat. Plus, I missed a scoreless inning.
Well, I'm going to sticker on your shirt for participating today. Can I get one too? This is outside. Way to protect the plate in 2 strikes.
Piss off.
Louis, are you going to throw it? No, we already did it. Right down the plate. If you're not going to swing the bat, then just let me hit it. You fucking see the ball, Barry. Finally throw the normal pitch, and I do that.
Donald, I wouldn't even throw him anything off speed.
Hey, Coach, when I need advice, which will be never because I'm perfect, I'll be sure to let you know. Hey, you finally hit this fastball, Joe. I did? I just pressed X and hope for the best. Jeez, you 15 years old.
What the hell are you doing up there?
Yeah, who's asleep now? Oh, shut your damn mouth. No, that was just a start to protect the 2 idiots. Damn it, Donald. I hate you so much. Felix, fine. You want high fastballs? I'll give you a high fastball. Oh, more like a high meatball. Why do you do this to me, Joe? I was trying to get him back.
Your guy is hitting low 90s on his fastball, Joe. Ours is hitting 100 plus. It's a big difference.
Whatever, man. There you go. Wait, bounce back. Throw it off. Thanks. Don't wait, I got it. Oh, let's put your earmuffs on. Well, let's see the play first. Never mind. No, I don't want to hear the Don't never go.
That's what it is.
Not even close. That's Milwaukee. I got the fair and square. Well, the replay wasn't clear enough to you. We'll see what the others say. Ah, pick that Donald. You're out. That'd be the safety. Fucking idiot. Oh. Tag here.
Looks like you only got one.
That animation is so broken. Very rarely do we see that get done. Hey, we're playing MLB today, Donald. Not PTA. Yeah, I bet you wish this was PTA so you could cheat again, right? I'll take it.
Oh, shit.
What are you doing, man? Big two berries. Actually, don't take 2. But, should have listened to this. Which fucking sign you decide to see there? The fuck is that? What were you trying to shot it? I'm trying to check my swing and you just went up and held that one.
Who do you guys think is the most overrated player in baseball?
You're wrong. Like right now? Or all time?
All time?
Huh. I don't know. Of course,
Genius, sucker.
Chris. Anyway, I'd say Derek Jeter.
What? Derek Jeter is the best shortstop of all time.
Look at the eyes of this fucking mother. Holy Toledo.
Maybe one better shortstop. Ollie?
50 watt. Almost watching.
Like a recent thing, Barry.
The fuck? You said it both fucking time. Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah. No, he's a third baseman.
He played shortstop too, dumbass.
Not on the Yankees. He did.
Who the fuck cares? He played over 1,000 games before. Also won 2 gold glove games.
Okay, and Peter won 5. You're going?
What about Monty? No. No, we can't. He's your new favorite player and all now, but let's not bring him up right now.
All right, so I think this debate is settled, and Jeter is not the most overrated player ever.
What do you mean? You just did perfectly good example. No problem. The guys are the best.
who haven't played in like 100 years.
So they were both better. I got it, guys.
All right, so I'll let you humor me. Let's just say, hypothetically, for the sake of the argument, that...
No.
Hypothetically. No, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, for the sake of your own fucking argument, you are throwing out bullshit exceptions to your own fucking question.
Yeah, like I'm not even mad at your opinion that Jeter's the greatest shortstop ever. That's good for you, and you can think that. But you asked us to name 2 guys we found better, and you decided to make rules to support your own opinion.
Whatever, I just think you guys are totally wrong.
And that's your opinion, you're entitled to it.
Just don't post that shit on Twitter, man. You'll get worse than I do.
Well, anyway, who do you think, Barry? Who's your most overrated player?
I don't know. Are you going to create more bullshit with whatever answer I give?
Probably.
I guess not. Sorry, I like to debate.
Well, so do I. But not when you ask me to name an all-time actor, just to tell me I can't do an all-time actor.
Donald doesn't like to debate. He just interrupts his opponent. Nope, just you, losers.
Damn, it's too hard to get.
You ain't catching that.
Da-da-da. Sports Center top 10.
What? No way. What the fuck you catch, man?
Yep, I know. I'm incredible. Wait, what? It didn't count?
Oh, damn. Maybe he's drafted?
Nah, there you go. The receiver probably didn't have to throw the ball when he came down with it.
So let's see.
Bro, that didn't hit singles right in the dirt. What the hell?
He did go through your glove, but it's not that I think.
You were there, you were the one that did it.
Yeah, but going through the glove happens a lot in this game. Oh, it is. It never touched the ground.
Oh, well. Way to go, man.
What was that, Barrett? I feel bad. I don't want to win by having 3 of the things without getting. That was a clean catch by Ben.
Classy guy. You didn't have to do that, Barry.
What a loser.
I would have ran with that shit, Barry.
Well, if Bill and I are going to come back here, we're not going to do is clean it. And that didn't feel like it's me.
Joe, winning. Clean. Ha
Oh, man. Come back for me?
I will have your podcast canceled and demonetized if you close it.
What would be the point of demonetizing if it's already canceled? You wouldn't make money either.
That's Trump's logic. Yo, shut the fuck up, Joe. You're from fucking Delaware.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Barry, please don't do this.
It's,
All right, don't fuck this up. Oh, it was over.
So I definitely not cancel this one.
Solid effort.
Probably for the best. Would have just not counted anyway.
Thanks for the shutout. You sorry, Saxon.
Sports Center top 10. Oh, dang it.
What the fuck, man? What the hell is the matter with you?
I wanted to end it on a bang.
For who? Barry and Joe? You just caught that one too. Now we have to give them another out. You're jumping and hyping yourself up for it. What the fuck is this? You guys are stupid now. Barry Freeman, Albert Everett.
That'll be a hit. Just in case.
Oh, yeah, I did a jump throw. Over base place and over base place.
Yes.
Double play. No, I only got the scrap.
There's 2. Looks like it'll all come down to me in the 7th.
Barry's pretty good.
Relax. Bud Ben is making a special appearance.
Pretty serious like that, Lane. Oh,
That's going to be trouble, Barry.
really? You think so?
Yeah, they disagree. Hey, come on, man.
No shit, Donald. And Ben Shapiro locks it off and wins the rest of the game.
After almost blowing the game. Way to go, Barry.
The hell didn't even way to go, Barry. I tied things up with 3 runs in 1 damn.
I don't have any plans. I don't have ample bearing. Those things. That's it? Yeah. This is for you? We have this in hours. Okay. Yeah. I'll set it up. Okay? Yeah.
This concept is not prepared for endless possibilities. Let's run. Let's wild is on my connection. Let's explore. Let's go. The project Terrace Conduct.
You know, so like your web problems. I went over to a study childhood friend and digital content thread.
Well, I said that we needed to make another video on TradeDeadline, right? The last video spoke about how his KHL season had come to an end and it asked what's next. This video is going over some of the information we had received this morning as to where everything lies and what the Montreal Canadiens' expectations appear to be. Because we're going to go over a few tweets talking about the different versions of SKA St. Petersburg and some of the updates we had seen today. Take a look at this. It was posted by Habs on Reddit before the previous video we made on the channel was uploaded, actually. Ivan Demidov was supposed destination via most of the insiders were seeing. Okay, yeah, Demidov is going to finish his season, and they're not going to let him go to Montreal right away. They're probably going to send him down to the junior team. But today's game for said junior team did not feature Ivan Demidov. How interesting. This is what Nick Kluchin went out there and spoke about in regards to this situation. For what it's worth, I don't see Demidov in the SKA 1946 NHL lineup this morning. And then, things got even crazier when you saw this post made by Andrew Zadarnowski on Twitter. For what it's worth, and going against everything that's being said, SportExpress.RU is reporting that Montreal expects Demidov to join them this season. And included is a screenshot of an article published by Arthur Kylerman saying that Montreal expects Demidov to join the NHL this year. Zadarnowski then replies saying this: "There are some fun discussions happening in my replies. I think they can be summarized like this. 1. Demidov and Stephen would prefer to negotiate a buyout from SKA over the players' rights until May 31st. 2. No, the Canadiens cannot pay for the buyout. And no, the Flyers did not pay for Mishkov. 3. SKA is now focusing on winning some sort of trophy, whether it's in the VHL, the minors, or the NHL, the juniors. The NHL team SKA 1946 is up 2-0 in their first round series, and the VHL SKA Vega St. Petersburg are about to start their second round series. Demidov would be useful for either team. Now, where exactly is this VHL conversation coming from? Well, it was posted by Zadarnowski too. Demidov is likely headed to the VHL, according to SportExpress.RU. Demidov, Plechkov, and Zavragin may play for SKA Vega St. Petersburg in the playoffs. According to SKA plans to transfer goalkeepers Artemy Plechkov and Igor Zavragin, as well as forward Ivan Demidov to a farm club in the VHL. SKA Neva continues to play in the league playoffs, and the team has reached the second round. So, yeah, that kind of puts a damper on things, even though the same website was reporting that Montreal was expecting Demidov to join their team this year. Now the other reports are saying, yeah, no, sorry, Montreal, Demidov is probably going to go to the KHL's equivalent of the American Hockey League. This is the minor league that he's going to go out there and play for. And underrated trivia fact, it turns out that Demidov does have a brother that is also playing on that same SKA Vega St. Petersburg VHL team. He's listed right here, Semyon Demidov, who is 22 years old and an undrafted NHL prospect. So, I mean, yeah, undrafted, he's not really an NHL prospect, but he was a point per game for SKA Vega St. Petersburg this season, and is over a point per game for that team in the playoffs. SKA Neva is underneath SKA, so technically Demidov, who is already the top scorer in the KHL's version of the team, should be able to dominate this VHL team. For what it's worth, I feel more comfortable seeing him go over to the second tier league rather than the junior league, because of course, the junior league is a league for only under 20 players, and if Demidov went there, I mean, he had 2 points a game in the junior league last season.
Searching for homes on houseboats feels not right on the barista makes your coffee disaster. Plan your feeling with fabulous benefits. Find your home with houseboat.
So, what do you want this year? He already led the KHL team against the best hockey players in Russia in points. So if he went down to the junior team, there's no way they would get 5 points a game. They would lose. They would win every single game. Demidov would get all of these points, and then he'd be heralded as the best player in the league, which is not really not too surprising considering he's the top scorer in the KHL. So that's case St. Petersburg. The KHL's a little bit more a happy medium. And the fact that he can go out there and play with his brother, I think, is a more reasonable way for him to think about spending the next few weeks, if not in Montreal. So, the NHL, at the very least, I do still expect Ivan Demidov to dominate in that league. Maybe not to the same capacity of the NHL, but I think he should reasonably be able to be over a point per game for SK Neva St. Petersburg in the playoffs. I mean, his brother is already over a point per game, and his brother was barely able to crack SK8 St. Petersburg globally. So, Demidov, I think he should be better, but of course, we have to wait and see if it's actually official. It was just really interesting to everybody paying attention in the situation that the NHL team did not suit up Ivan Demidov in their team. I mean, if Roman Rockenberg is going to go out there and say that Demidov is SKA property and that it's better for him to stay in SKA, it does kind of feel weird to have seen a report from Russian media outlets that Montreal is expecting Demidov.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's me. And welcome to the always frosty city of Louisiana. In the ancient wintering metropolis, there's proudly stood the testament of one of the first human cities ever founded in Scotland. Windhelm has at multiple points in time been the land's official capital. Today, it's the seat of government for the peace and center of a separatist rebellion, where no open sportsmen, some say a farmland, want to make Windhelm Skyler's capital once again. Needless to say, this settlement is among Gabrielle's most important locations in the events of the Ocean Sports Bob. But what secrets is this prehistoric North Town hiding? What are its residents not saying, and what is Skyler not knowing? Well, many things, as we'll explore today. Just sit back and listen, as we dive right into 5 things you probably didn't know about the city of Windhelm in the Elder Scrolls by Skyler. Starting off, the Blessed Innocence Lost is quite possibly one of Windhelm's most iconic. It begins when we first enter the city and speak with a local guard or citizen, who informs us that there used to be a local boy named Adventurous R.T. Delvin, until his son passing away of boldness inheritance. Afterwards, he was shipped off to Arnold Orphanage in Wisconsin. But now, rumor has it, he's back. According to local legend, Aventus has escaped the orphanage and brought into his old abandoned home, and is now conducting some sort of dark ritual. Of course, as we learn, these rumors are accurate. The boy's initial house actually performing the Black Sacrament, a ritual supposed to summon agents of the Dark Brotherhood, who he wishes to contract to kill the head mistress of his own orphanage, relevant conferences. If we break into the home and interrupt his secret little service, he'll mistake us for an assassin and ask us to kill the woman. Picking up his left. Simply head over to Lifton, he'll drop the coin, and report back to finish it up. Aventus will head back to Lifton, and it's that. Oh, yeah, this also begins the Dark Brotherhood's quest. But, did you know, according to Bethesda's original plans for Skyrim, this wasn't supposed to be for the building of the RTL household. And if you could meet and Renewal once often, he's an old baker of the city who's known for his murderous hatred of Dark and fondness of meat. Now, he doesn't occupy a particularly notable role in any of the class scenarios. But, as you can likely already guess, he was
Yeah, he was a draft pick for this team. I remember fourth rounder too. He had himself quite a career.
And Guerrero was supposed to move into the original household illegally and start squad. Apparently, once he saw the home was vacant, he decided to take out it. The Baker would point to the Giants one that he was actually pretty good friends with the Memphis parents before they passed. So, as far as he's concerned, he's as good as family, and it's every right to stay in their home. What? You're hoping to claim this house for yourself? Well, the Argentinos always like me. I'm family enough to take up here. From here, the player could, and you notice that Mr. What's-Offer believed the problem, either by offering a large amount of coin, using its swift tongue, or settling to dispute the old-fashioned. Regardless, this little side narrative was removed from the game for a seemingly unknown reason. Like so much of Skyrim's death content, everything seemed to have been finished, so it wasn't timely. It is worth pointing out that Bethesda, despite so leading the class, forgot to remove the key to the Argentino household from a regular once modern's inventory. So you can still find it by pickpocketing him in the middle of the game. Alas, for reasons unknown, Bethesda decided that a great just wasn't meant to work in a Memphis Argentino residence after all. And thus, the poor guy is merely another incident failure in this vast, more than good thing. Hey, it's me, Student Footies Go. Unfaithfully, you serve me and Captain Haircut, develop briefly on earbuds and allergens with 3 essential ceremonies. Niacinamide and firefiance. Now I'm looking flake-free and healthy. You serve me and Captain Haircut.
So I wanted to explore the options of doing it, but I didn't know where to get. And that was the one that we had. It's a big press, but it sounds good.
Next on the list, we can only seems to be, at least for now, owing to a bit of celebrity. Plenty of still. The books Olaf and the Dragon, which tells the tale of the ancient Skyrim High King Olaf in Rage and his battle against the dragon and humans, and the Ghosts in the Storm, which narrates one man and his true struggle against the bold of the traveling land, of the Skyrim's most popular programming works. They can be found as poems on shelves almost everywhere, and they were both written by the same author, and people goes by the name of Donato Michele. You may already see where I'm going with this one. Now, if the player heads over to the Solitude Docks, they'll find a large ship parked in the pier called the Red Slave. Due to the Peace Guild Quest line, this location occupies a pretty important spot. But if you're not on that Peace Guild mission, you can hop inside and find that the crew is largely passive and friendly. They'll freely engage with the player. One ship member, named Dorian, will offer some unique dialogue. He comments on his love for riches, and he'll say this, referencing the famous author, Donato Michele. Forget flying, living and wealth. Give me a calm scene and a good book, and I'm happy. I hear Donato Michele is staying up in the Windhouse. I've read a few of his books. You can read it someday. Sure enough, head on over to Windhouse and take a visit to Candlemark Falls, the town's central mountain. And there, we can find Donato himself, where we can speak with him and ask him about his work. He's surprisingly friendly and gracious for his Imperialist about to be notable to him. Most of the Imperials we find traveling Skyrim can be a bit, well, uncharitable. But Mr. Michele seems genuinely passionate about this land and its people, even if he wishes they were created it more. And so, if you ever live to meet the J.K. Rowling the champion, know that this is absolutely a possibility. You can also murder him to death too if you want, but I don't necessarily recommend that. Let's Skyrim use so much better than ours. Speaking of Candlemark Hall, it appears that this inn might be the scene of a very local legend. So, after hearing a name like Candlemark, one may be inclined to ask, how does an institution heard of that? And thankfully he did. Even if you heard about how the place got its name, and, well, don't tell you. Evidently, the building was once home to a mighty warrior and his family. When the warrior passed away, some of the handle just above the fireplace, and evidently it's never burned out. After 100
The candle never stopped burning. So, what was turned into a tavern? The owners decided to name their business after this, always so this news candle.
That's when the building was the home of the grand glory. And it worked for me to be taller, well, Sandra Rock. Nobody knows why it's still that.
But now, obvious question to ask is how, or maybe why, haven't that one got happy? I mean, in a universe as magical and majestic as the Elder Scrolls, it's not necessarily unheard of for things like this to happen. But still, we're not provided with an explanation. In the Elder Scrolls form of Oblivion, following his Lord's favorite quest, 5 football teams would die, and in their place, 500 handles would be spawned in at a given roster. Perhaps the warrior who once lived in this cluster had some connection with the Jason goddess of the Death Kingdom, seeing it as clear kind of power capable of producing this phenomenon. Or maybe it's something totally different. I guess only the gods understood, and the gods won't happen. Or what it's called, Windhelm is a city that celebrates its own holiday. Okay, let me add some context to that statement. So, every rightful Lord in Skyrim knows the story of the return, right? Thousands of years ago, way back during the Malefic era, Nords sailed down from the mysterious northern continent called Andor, and founded a small settlement in Skyrim called Sargon. This was the first time Nords ever settled in Skyrim. Now, at the time, the land was already inhabited by a large population of citizens who had their own cities, forts, culture, society, and government. For a while, the Nords of Sargon got a lot of good fun. Until one day, for reasons still debated, things changed. The elves were suddenly attacked Sargon and killed with nearly every single inhabitant. Lucky for the help of men, however, one of the few survivors was a great warrior named Eastwind, who escaped the slaughter and sailed back to Endor. There, he rallied 500 of the greatest soldiers he could muster and came back to Skyrim. Together, he and his 500, or maybe 499, we don't know, pretty much drove the snow elves to extinction and turned Skyrim into an almost exclusively Norse community. Shortly after the victory, the city of Windhelm was founded, and to commemorate the Nordic conquest of the Great Wall, was the names of each of the 500 companions was also elected, along with stands to this very day. Such is the story of Eastwind's duration. Well, while we can see said all in Skyrim, it seems that Bethesda didn't quite capture the sheer amount of relevance the city of Windhelm has for its 500 boundaries. You see, according to the first edition of the Pocket Guide to the Empire, every year, on the 13th of the month, Sun's Dawn, Windhelm celebrates what they call the Feast of the Dead. Where a massive festival is held, food is served, and the other thing, as per tradition, the names of each of those original 500 returners is read aloud before the citizens. It sounds like quite a party if you're a North. Maybe not so much if you're an elf or a snow elf, but fun if you're a North nonetheless.
Or your opportunities here. Sorry, first budget. The focus on board surgery.
So that when it's starting up, when it's moving on, whenever you want, from wherever you want, or simple enough to help. And the part is the last of this. Corresponds to perhaps some of the most disgusting features in the whole of Skyrim. Gigantic insects with armored shells that had a reputation for living under their memory. These animals don't exactly inspire habits. However, something you may be surprised to learn is that some of the people of Skyrim have interested eating the repulsive creatures, and not only chowing down on their grotesque flesh, but even baking it into complex recipes. Now, we ourselves never get a chance to munch on these bugs, nor cook them into anything beyond potion. But there exists a very popular book players can find, titled
expense. Oh, yeah, by the way, as if they're more dangerous enough, Jarvis thought it's been asked at people too. It goes into great detail regarding how to butcher the creatures, what types of mistakes is, and which ones to avoid. And that mechanism basically in software, videos, water, everything, honey, and so before they get to the carrots, potatoes, and apples. Sounds tasty. Okay, and this all seems well and good, and it may be a bit more expected, but how exactly is this book related to this thing and how do you make it happen? Well, what to say that an honest Victorian is being only involved in it. Yes, as it turns out, this little masterpiece was written by none other than the king of our home. Yes, that voice again, the Polish cook, Mills. Yeah, this grumpy old Georgia works in the tavern. Is the one responsible for writing, publishing, and selling the relative book. Unlike Mr. Lee, what he's going to do, Mills isn't very graceful or particularly sensitive. But he's a nice man that just seems to have little patience for shenanigans. In the event his original teacher dies, Mills will actually replace him. So not only does the man have Fraud's renowned author, a gifted cook, and a wise fellow, but he can even summon a esteemed business owner too. Mr. Mills, we salute you, you jack of all trades news. And with that, we are going to wrap up 5 things you probably didn't know about the city of Windham. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Hayes here. And the College of Wonderful stands as one of Skyrim's most intriguing institutions. A place where professors and students alike toil away in their quest to learn everything there is about the arcane arts. Once the Dragonborn has demonstrated a general competency with magic, you can be accepted into the university, introducing you to a vast and hilarious cast of characters, as well as beginning one of Skyrim's longest and certainly most complex side quest lines. Suffice to say, Bethesda built an incredible amount of content centered around this faction, and you better believe they were sure to pepper it with all the dark secrets and fascinating Easter eggs that are oh so prevalent everywhere else in Skyrim. So today we'll be doing something that is long overdue on this channel, and exploring some of the greatest hidden details and covert narratives this place is going on. Sit back, throw a flintstone on that fire, and relax, as we gear up to take a look at 5 things you never knew about the College of Wonderful in The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Starting off, Urag Trosha is the college's Orcish librarian, and he's in charge of all things books and archives at the institution. He can offer the player an assortment of various minor side quests and back missions to go out and bring back different texts and books to add to Urag's collection. Well, in one of these miscellaneous quests, he'll send the player to locate something called Shalador's Insights, allegedly a large compilation of writing by a famous maid known as Shalador, who lived thousands of years ago, way back in the First Era. Now, the way Urag briefly describes Shalador as giving you this mission doesn't really do the character justice. He makes it seem like Shalador's just some trivial fellow from Skyrim's past, when the truth is, he's actually a pretty legendary figure who defeated armies of Dwemer, developed multiple magical theories, and is even rumored to have founded the College of Wonderful in the first place. We can read about him in various other books. So, Urag's description of Shalador as just some old mage isn't exactly befitting, but I digress. He wants you to go grab a book of his that will be buried away in a randomly selected dungeon. Once you've recovered the book and given it to the Orc Library man, the quest is completed, and that's that. However, if you decide to read the book for yourself, you'll find that it contains some very interesting sketches and writing. Unlike most books, Shalador's Insights contain pretty much no discernible plain text, and it's nearly impossible to read them, thanks to a combination of low resolution, some bad penmanship, and even the occasional use of unfamiliar languages. Well, funnily enough, in response to this, a bit of a community project has emerged, where various players have been attempting to translate and decipher exactly what in the name of affliction Shalador was writing in his journal. And the findings so far are very intriguing.
Well, much of the writing is, again, in an unfamiliar language and nearly impossible to figure out. Some of it is in common English, if difficult to read, and much of that has been
If you choose cheesy jalapeno pepper sauce, perfect with jalapeno peppers on a bacon, burger, how many cheeses would you choose to choose as a cheese of choice? Then choose jalapeno and bacon or
denoted. From what we can tell, in this book, Shalimar seems to have been writing about all things, and the history of dragons and Tamriel. None of what he writes about the donuts comes across as particularly stunning information. He's mostly just documenting popular traits about the world. But here's something we get. In these files, we can locate unused pages that were originally going to be included in this book that were cut for unknown reasons. These unused pages also contain weird scribbles, some strange languages, and bad handwriting. But what we can decipher from them talks about a very different topic. One unused page, when translated, roughly reads as follows. Quote, the current home of Septimus Senegus, indecipherable word. The question is a indecipherable word, looking iceberg, that happens to have a touch in it. In the center of the iceberg, though, is a large letter lockbox. Septimus had carved a cave into the iceberg, so that one side of the lockbox essentially makes up a wall of the cave. The iceberg was created around the lockbox by some unknown person within the last few hundred years. This person came across the Agba Amphibian, recognized it as an item of evil, and sealed it away in the iceberg, so the wall would be safe from its influence. There's a little more to it than that, but you get the idea. Shalinor's unused pages are talking about Septimus Senegus and the Agba Amphibian. If that name rings a bell, it absolutely should, because Septimus Senegus is an elderly imperial scholar we meet during Skyrim's main questline. So what is that man doing being featured in this book, written thousands of years ago? In Skyrim, Septimus provides some valuable insight on the location of the Elder Scrolls. And when we find him, he's indeed trying to open up a strange dwarven box with the glacier who lives inside it. And inside of it is the Agba Amphibian, a legendary dangerous artifact of the planet's lore. A book that's said to contain incomprehensible levels of knowledge. We'll actually talk a bit more about that later in this video. So if Septimus is a prominent character we can meet, again, what's he doing being referenced by Shalador? I mean, in Skyrim, Septimus is clearly an old guy, but there's nothing to suggest he's thousands upon thousands of years old. I guess at the end of the day, these cut pages were probably cut by Bethesda for a reason. Perhaps there was some new different narratives they intended to elaborate upon further. Maybe they wanted to do extra things with the Septimus character that they ultimately were dissuaded from. Whatever the case, it's fun to theorize that what Bethesda originally wanted to do. Next on the list, the college obviously maintains a pretty extensive network of students and professors on its campus. But through Skyrim, you can also meet and interact with a number of the college's alumni. Most of these guys are just average wizards and alchemists, now searching all sorts of whatnot, learning what they learned in years. Although there's a couple of individuals in this world you might be surprised to know have a history of the college. The first is the Butcher. Yes, we know this mysterious serial killer, Calixto Coria, or the Butcher, known for claiming the lives of multiple women across the city and using their remains to perform dark necromantic rituals. And then he spent some considerable time at the college before he took up his current hobby. We don't know much about his alleged time at the institution, or not even sure if he was a student or a teacher, but the Butcher's first journal we can find reveals he did come from that arcane school. The other interesting name that might take you off guard is Vestus Krebs. Yes, the dark killer, the lovable, cranky uncle, will claim to have once taught at the college itself as a professor for 2 years, before eventually leaving
basement, all of which holds ridiculous fluids. Apparently, they consider many of Festus's pursuits unethical, dangerous, or harmful to students. So he decided to retire from teaching and somehow found his way to the foolproof sanctuary, where the Dark Brotherhood lets him pursue whatever he pleases. Subscribers of the channel may recall that not too long ago, I uploaded a video showing off some of the creepiest locations in Skyrim. And among them, I featured a place called The Mitten, a series of dark chambers beneath the College of Winterhold, where many of the college's students and professors who wanted to engage in darker, banned magical practices would go to carry out their experiments. I'm curious to know whether or not any of the leftovers from experiments down there belong to Festus or Callisto. That would be kind of neat. No matter, this all just goes to show that not everyone who goes to the College of Winterhold will end up serving as some cheap royal alchemist in a high court. Before I move any further, quick words of today's video sponsor. The like button. If you enjoyed so far, please don't forget that. If you do, I will, I don't know, come to your house and narrate your life or something. That would be pretty fair. Anyway, coming to the number 3. The conclusion to the college's main quest line is perhaps among the most bittersweet endings for a faction in the Elder Scrolls Bible. Multiple characters, being grown to love, sacrificed their lives in order to stop a bountiful plot that would have seen thousands perish if allowed to go through. With pretty much all of your superiors dead, the player becomes the new archmage, and the future of the university will be in your hands. However, there's considerable evidence that Bethesda had planned for the college's quest line to conclude in a very different fashion. You see, Maribel Pervine, a red wizard who behaved largely as Winterhold's second-in-command throughout the game, and as the archmage, suggesting that perhaps during Skyrim's development, they had intended for Maribel, and possibly many other college characters, to survive the questline's conclusion. This is what we can hear them say.
Greetings, Archmage. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. May I help you, Archmage?
Right to the right conversations. Let's have a dinner.
For what's fun, Zavos Eric is the college's archmage, and head honcho. At least until he eventually dies and replacement of mentions. But in life, this crafty Dunmer is a highly respected wizard, and regarded as among Tamriel's most gifted in the arcane arts. His exact background is difficult to piece together, but we do know he's been practicing magic for at least well over 100 years, easily making him the most experienced Winterhold as well. So it goes without saying, this guy's got quite the reputation. Well, funnily enough, on the island of Solside, as a part of the Dragonborn DLC, there's another magically skilled Dunmer we can meet, named Nella. He's a Telvanni mage held up in his bundled fortress of Telvanni, and he plays a pretty pivotal role in Dragonborn's main questline, as well as offers a bunch of side quests too. Nelloff has quite the reputation himself. We could meet him all the way back in Morrowind, 300 years prior to the events of Skyrim. And way back then, he was still a master wizard. So this guy's powerful, and he proves to be a uniquely arrogant character, but in a sort of less annoying way. Like, he thinks he's really strong, but he actually also is, so it's not quite as bad. Nonetheless, when meeting with Nelloff, if the Dragonborn has progressed far enough in the College of Winterhold's main questline, you can chat with him about the school, and he'll ask who the current archmage is. Assuming you haven't already taken up the role, which case will just haunt you, you can tell him it's Savos Eric. And Nelloff will say this, implying that he's not only familiar with the man, but also doesn't think very highly of him. Take a listen.
Of course, you don't have an app for the rule, but you can have to use that. It's succeeded. Just in there that I like to use, but along with my expenses. Price.
It's kind of funny. Throughout the game, we're told that Savos is some godlike mage with insane abilities. But then along comes Nelloff and the Dragonborn expansion, who's around 3 times older and more powerful. I guess all the open from the organization would be filled with an insane amount of knowledge and energy. What this means for us in Skyrim is that when we open up the book, we'll be able to select and choose from a number of different skills to level up, before it just completely disappears, never to be seen again. But while the Online Obsidian is open, you will see a couple of strange problems. One of these is a weird triangle with some symbols in it, but the other one contains 3 circles, all of which look eerily similar to the design of the College of Winterhold when viewed from a bird's eye. You'll recall how I mentioned that Shalador, the mage who is rumored to have founded the College of Winterhold in the first place, has cut pages from his book, where he talks about the odd thing itself. Is it possible that somehow these are connected? Maybe Shalador constructed the College of Winterhold modeled after these sketches. Unfortunately, we still have absolutely zero idea what this picture actually means. There is some text nearby, but it can't be discerned quite like Shalador's insight can. Whatever the Augment video is supposed to be telling us, only the biggest four may know, and the biggest four, unfortunately, just won't tell. And with that, we are going to wrap up. 5 things again.
All I need is just to play ready with yourself with the phone.
I'm definitely ready. I love the game the most out of all the moves you play, so I need to win it.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Okay, let's take that seriously.
All I'm trying to do is think of two things to know before we start that battle.
Go for it!
We will be playing on the highest level court. It is one to get expression down forward and one to get a little bit over. Also, the color has fit. So there's no need for you to say your head. But to retain my hand to go to good. Hopefully, you get something ahead of time. I just forget it to excuse me over the play for because you get muffled. Just because you defeated me in a lot-based game.
Oh, that was luck-based.
Not with a teaching and skill-based game like this one. Respect me. I don't care for what you have to say. Our goal is to make you say. Where do we get it?
That's good for us. Don't let player 4 kill you, okay? That's what you got.
Definitely. I don't want to try anything too risky, so I'll just keep my ball up to this one. That was a pretty average turn.
Starting
If
already?
you want to go like me, then you have to take risks.
Well, I'm definitely taking risks. Watch me.
I'm curious. What in the world is the underdog doing?
What in the world are you
That's
playing
exactly why
for?
you're a loser and will remain a loser.
All right, it's time for Steve Donald to make a statement like the Rock. I will play the same. Damn!
Loser strike Donald. How do you mess up what you call a safe guy? How pathetic are you? Once again, that's a lot of talking player 4. Let's see what you got. Well, I'm not done like Donald and Joe. I would be smart to take the cake path without messing things up.
It's kind of hard to look for the best of the best of the best.
Well, I was going to play a safe so I can complete this whole number. There was nothing special about that shot. I got to tell you what, it's just good for doing that.
You got to wait for 6 minutes over the third or fourth.
Exactly. It's too early for the two driving, don't you think? It's too early for me to be talking this thing, don't you think?
I'm just going to focus on myself here and make something great happen. Watch this. Bam!
When will you ever learn to stop tossing Donald? Seriously, you're playing like a big garbage. I wish you would take your own advice. I told you that I don't need to do that since I'm goaded. Watch this amazing shot.
That's essentially the same shot the Rock gave you instead of something special. But all of a sudden, your shot is something special.
Because I'm goaded, Jordan. Well, I think I turned this thing off pretty recently. Only 3 attempts for the first hole. Yeah, whatever it doesn't matter.
Well, there's not much I can do except for just putting myself in position to finish the hole.
You just get better every game.
The Rock literally spent
Good shot, Donald.
life and you really have the audacity to complicate it.
I still have golf to get friends and risk. Those 2 games are still there. Okay, but what's your strategy here?
Joe was in my way. Well, that shot didn't benefit you one bit.
Oh, really?
Bill will still get it in next turn.
I got you, Bill. Nobody cares for your analysis. You got this, Joe. Yeah, I know. Player 14.
That's a good shot, Joe.
There you have it. Joe's daddy number 1 is encouraging. Seriously, Joe's daddy number 2 is congratulating him for completing such an easy shot.
I didn't even catch what you said, player 4. All I know is that I'm in a prime position.
Respect me. Look, I made him. That was such a goated shot. So Joe making a shot like that is easy, but an easy shot like yours is goated. Correct. You're a joke. Excuse me.
Okay, well, I guess that completes the first hole.
It's about damn time.
Crazier than I anticipated or something.
Because Donald is trash, took 5 attempts for the first hole.
Shut it! It's not about how you start, but rather how you finish.
Ah, yes, the loser mentality, of course.
Let's see what you got, Donald.
It's looking promising.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Bam!
And once again, my analysis is correct. Donald is trash. Listen to me, boys. Respect me. Well, unfortunately, that's what is most likely to do the lab round. Sounds like a bunch of excuses to me.
It's really not though, but whatever. How your turn goes to that.
Well, full power will work and Donald did less than that. Couldn't make it across. Don't think you're good now for just doing something that simple.
Once again, twisting my words and making garbage assumptions. For real, hurry it up with your turn.
Well, my turn, like always, is goaded and productive. Look at this amazing shot, boys.
Why do you keep calling us your boys when you keep acting like this?
Stop it so far, there's a sense of the boys.
Don't worry about player 4 time. I will replicate what you did to set my own outfit.
Jake, what? Are you serious right now, boys? You're literally moving it off the hole. Why do you have to target me?
I'm not targeting someone's trash like you. I'm just replicating what the rock did. And that's perfectly fine, Joe. I'm literally doing the same
Well,
thing.
you go through almost right now. Almost doesn't mean anything.
Curious to see what happens to Donald around his sister and Barack when he gets it off.
Well, I guess you'll have to answer your case. Right up the next thing done. Well, we're going to look at
Shit. I was so close.
I didn't think we get off after all. Nice one, Barack.
Are you guys forgetting about me?
Nobody cares about me.
You all off the court.
I don't think that's a good problem. I think it's facing the goal.
I guess I figured you all wrong. Now, Ben, you were way off to begin with the failure of pushing yourself into it. I say, I don't think put you guys off the screen already.
Well, you just happen to be in my way so I got it. Damn. That's an amazing shot, Joe.
Yeah,
It's super nothing that you're asking me.
They're playing 46 out of MVP, but then screw you off. I'm so George and I will finish this regardless of your dynasty.
That's a good shot, Don. Thanks, Joe. I'll definitely be able to finish this hole. There's all my place right. The rock can do the same.
Well, I'm going to do this with you.
Well, okay, I see the rock. You can replicate that. So I don't fault you about that.
Screw you off.
What's my greatness?
What the hell?
I think you're losing yourself. Hell, I'm starting to crack, and eventually you will come around that and you can stuff yourself with the stress.
I told you, I'm not getting spanked in this game.
Well, the score will say you're getting spanked once the hole is finished up.
I highly doubt that. That's a good shot, Joe. We'll all be finishing up the hole in our next turn up.
Yeah, except the player for you.
I'm being toxic. What is this ridiculous? We're just matching your next
How are
This is what happens if you try being toxic.
Oh, really?
Very good on top like always.
Oh, wow. We're right there for a playoff push.
Yeah, feel like player 4 will be doing this thing to do this.
You guys are starting to talk too much. You talk too much, you live in yourself and have to stop and talk. You guys should be humble. Ain't no way to tell you telling us to say something. For real. Well, I bet I'm going to play up. Donald is, so yeah, stay humble.
All right, well, I want to get that shot now, Don. Let's see if the score will look like that.
I guarantee that you will be in last place, Donald. Well, it's only the second hole. So much can happen from now to it. What did I tell you? I told you that you would be in last place, Donald. Respect me. I'm goaded.
Who the hell thinks they're goaded when they're in first place? It's fine, Joe. I just need to concentrate on this shot right here.
Damn right you do. Or else you'll mess something. That's a good shot, Donald.
Thanks,
I'll
Barack.
only replicate that when it's my turn. Of course you have to do that. Shut the hell and play forward.
I wish you
You're
would.
all going to do the same thing.
He's thinking any other option. Donald had a productive turn, so why wouldn't Barack want to replicate?
Fact.
Well, like Donald, my turn is just as correct. Okay, stop patting yourself on the back and just copying someone else. Be a original, would you?
Okay, so what's the strategy this player for?
I'm just going to shoot the ball straight at you. Just concentrate. So the cool confident dog when you do the same
After all
thing.
this shit, dude,
Okay, this is the definition of survival maybe. Yeah.
like Kelly, it's definitely change this thing.
Now that our first turn's over with, what's your approach here, Donald?
I'll probably just shoot straight ahead with 75% power or something. I don't want to try anything too risky.
No surprise there. Here we go again. Every individual try this again. That was a good shot, Donald.
Yeah, I wonder if I could have got it in when I put it full power, but I doubt it.
Yeah, who knows? I'm not going to try it. Of course, I will once again replicate you, Donald, to do away with your working with this iron time.
That's fine. Do what you got to do so player 4 doesn't win.
See, the more complaining you also get to get to that and win it. I told you that we're going to see how many team up to beat one player.
It's not picking up.
Whatever, what? Well, I got it. And I saw you fail this time.
For real.
What is it that you wanted me to watch player 4? I come back. What? I want you guys to watch this comeback that I will be making.
Yeah, well done, Pat.
That's the good. Damn.
Once again, Joe, that was a super productive turn.
Good luck, Joe. That's common for targeting. How is Joe targeting you?
For real.
He was in front of the ball. You couldn't do anything about it. Well, if Joe like me, good.
All right, how about you focus on yourself, player 4?
Don't tell me what to
It's all
do.
the way back to the Los Angeles finishing at the hole. I shot the shooting shot there.
Well, I'm just going to reposition myself so I can stay and get the next ball. Okay, so let's play 4. Not a bad thing.
I'll probably do the same thing if I could be straight about winning now.
Okay, having a trash sense, maybe you want to say that's something more than that. Instead of talking, maybe you got to watch this way.
What the hell was that? You're literally falling apart right now, player 4.
I don't think I need to say anything. Then they're not turning to anything, don't put up.
All right, let's see if I can prevent that from happening for my
Newsflash, it won't. You're garbage. There's a bad one. They're not voted.
Well, well, well.
I won't
Joe
do
is going to get the ball across. We didn't really have that in.
Fact.
What about you, player 4?
Stop touching great. Seriously, greatness. You're probably in last place, but you're going to get an Oscar. Didn't do what I was supposed to do.
It's better.
Now I have to stay too like 2 steps from the goal line. Seems like a situation to me. Okay, shut the hell up, Donald. Your word is still existing. Anyway, what happened? We told you that's what you score this like now. Not about how you start, but rather how you finish. For real, I don't remember that.
Well, I do, but anyway, once you're close to the concert, you can finish two straight with about 75 to 50 miles.
Everybody is good at it. And that's what happens. Good stuff, good.
Here's how practice is.
Fact.
It's about getting the job done.
Fact.
It's showing how to productive service.
Fact. That's enough news, right? Okay, all right. Good to go with this. Let's do this. Let's start with jobs and it's the one.
I shot a lot.
Yeah, all right,
For the most part. You can do anything to
thanks, Bill. Let's see if Donald the player 4 will try anything different.
I don't think I will.
Let's start
I
again.
think a lot. I'm also
That's a good shot, man.
so I don't want to throw that away by trying something different.
All right, that's enough of you guys praising each other. It's time for you all to want my greatness.
That's what we all did player 4. That was nothing special.
Appreciate you. I'll go to the hell in your first place. I don't know
If you're further away than first, you can go.
Fact.
So why are you talking then?
Well, we got to answer this question you stop and get it, look at the facts. There's trash. And I am going don't look at other Donald's watch through there. This trash is just going through the rock. If you're serious, what's that other thing?
I've heard enough from player 4.
For real.
It's time for all of us to focus up so the others start feeling it.
That's not my
Well, defense for acting player 4, I'm actually in the contention for third place. Now those are the facts. Watch me! What the hell?
player 4 is pretty long. I told you guys. You've been telling us that we expect you to get in life.
Fact!
Y'all take the first. That risk for him to come along.
I 100% agree with that, Rob.
You got it.
I didn't think it's a good job, but I was thinking of it.
Second, I think you would call it that self-defense to the super going to fall apart.
I can't wait to see what this scoreboard looks like. The biggest thing on the reality player 4 than thinking in front of
I'm
the
getting stuck in this whole room.
The quicker you think reality player 4.
Okay, you need quiet. Don't go build the sun. Good stuff.
Yeah, for real. The finish is hold off and do it again. That's pretty solid for that team.
Scores a hat trick. Oh, what? Yeah, boy.
What about you? Go to Georgia and get it down. Watch me, boys. Damn it, it's so stupid.
Dominant in what?
Joel Bolton's been playing an amazing game. This is former team, too.
Where you ask that? You've been the one being caught. Your first win ever was some risk, and we congratulate you, no problem. Then you became super toxic after that. Do you seriously have the audacity to say that kind of thing?
Okay, so then I want you to try. Player 4, I've done you watch for Georgia. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
You can play just because you're scared. Go to
How is down that apple in the hole?
I don't know. I am definitely going to get to strategy with everything you said.
All right, fine. I'm just going to break the safety.
Franchise continue.